Welcome everybody to Sonic Colors for the PC. I was going to play the Wii version, however my Wii capture card is broken, very sadly. Furthermore, this is going to be retranslated because I don't like the original English script for this game. Lastly, unlike other Sonic playthroughs on this channel, this one will be alone because Sonic Colors, if you remember the old IGN article, is too political of a video game to do with another commentator. Now, historically, I have bashed this game for many reasons. I called this game the beginning of the end for the series, and back in 2010, this game made me ask myself, am I too old to play Sonic? I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous thinking back on it, but it's true. I'm not gonna lie, it was also the fact that you gotta remember this was the early 2010s, so this is before and me and some of the guys when we used to like Sonic were like, and that was, wait, really? It just ends the intro? I didn't press anything! Let's begin a new game. Now, again, I remember saying to myself, I actually didn't like this game, but thinking back, maybe I was too hard on it, because the last time I actually fully played this game was 2010 or 2011, and it has been ages since I've done so. So who knows, maybe I'll actually like this game now, but you never know, right? Okay, got one. This is not going to be an S rank for another level or the game, because I do not play this game anywhere near enough to do such a thing. So if you were expecting me to play like I was playing in the Frontiers playthrough, well, I'm very sorry, that's just not gonna happen. What I will say is that I will give it my absolute best attempt to play the game, and will not half-ass it deliberately to make the game look bad. I will always play these games to the best of my ability, because at the end of the day, I do like playing Sonic the Hedgehog, the franchise. That's pretty fun. I've also said before that I wasn't a big fan of the aesthetic of this game. I don't think it looks very Sonic. I think it looks like generic cartoon, but considering later games in the series, this game will start looking closer to the ideal of what Sonic is made to look like to other people in the 3D era. As a matter of fact, when I'm looking at this area, I see a lot of what would later become the DNA for some of the levels in Forces. And while I've said before that I actually think Forces is better than this game, a lot of that has to do with the fact that I just like the character customization and not necessarily Forces the game itself. And that is the first level of the game, minute 37. I'm going to be saying another thing for my explanation. For the explanation here, I'm using a swapped control scheme, because in this game, boost is on B, and the other button, the stomp, is on X. I flipped it in the menu to make it closer to the other 3D Sonic games. This is another issue I have with Sonic Colors. Normally it's 2 acts in a boss, maybe 1 act in a boss, or 3 acts in a boss. Colors just says, what if we give them 6 acts? And I don't like that. I think that seeing that same environment that many times back to back is a bit of an issue. I didn't like it in Forces either, but at least in Forces, for that game, you would not see it back to back. You would do maybe a Green Hill, then a Sunset Heights, then a Chemical Plant, then you go back to a Green Hill. But at least you've had some visual variety. Same thing happened in Sonic Frontiers. I don't like how often they used Green Hill, Sky Sanctuary, Chemical Plant, but at the very least it was split up, so it wasn't always back-to-back. You saw the exact same level layouts and themes. Although it was a bit jarring considering how much I do play the older Sonic games, so I was able to recognize all of the past layouts, and that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. This section is going quite well, actually. What? I was boosting into him. Okay, whatever. Gonna grab this red ring here. There should be an item here. And now we'll finish the stage now. Let it be known, I really don't replay this game a lot. I have more hours in Sonic Forces as well as Sonic Frontiers. In all of the Roger era games, which is what I'm gonna call this era, until they replace Roger, this is the game I have the least amount of practice in. I do not play this game at all. For those of you who are tuning into this takes place right after Sonic Unleashed and Sonic and the Black Knight. So most likely, Eggman would have built this while Sonic was in Avalon. And if you notice, this amusement park is far bigger than the Eggman land. I love how savage these characters are in Japanese. They're so disrespectful to Eggman, but in a good way. They do it in a way where you could tell that they don't like him, but at the same time, they still see him as a potential threat. And one thing that I do like is that it does point out the fact that Eggman can hear them at all times, as Eggman is going to reply to Sonic here, and Tails as well. That's not a big list, Eggman. So here we get introduced to the Wisps, which I think were one of the worst additions to this franchise, and they were prevalent up till Forces, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna come back for Cross Worlds. By the time this video is recorded, Cross Worlds is not yet out. That comes out next month. However, by the time this footage is uploaded, it will have been months since I've played the game for the channel. And now we have the Wisp powers. The Wisps are used with the right bumper in this game, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. The next level is Tropical Resort Act 3. So we're halfway through the Tropical Resort Act 3 of this amusement park section, which means that we are still not done. I need to get reaccustomed to homing attack on the A again, because for a while... Oh, right, there's automatic drifting sections in this. Why? This was back when Sonic was still peak into its automation, isn't it? And by automation peak, I don't mean that the automation is good, I just mean that it was everywhere in these games back then, just to the point of nauseum. We're here to get through this amusement park to rescue the Wisps, because it turns out that Eggman is using them to power his Egg Planet Park, and the Egg Planet Park is going to be used to... I forgot what the goal of this game was. I don't remember Colors at all. I played this one seriously the least. Like, last time I played this was probably 2010, 2011. So that would have been 14 to 15 years ago. What the hell? 14 to 15 years ago? Time flies, doesn't it? Yeah, time very much does fly. Total... What? I was boosting. Whatever. We're gonna grab our boost here. Genuinely, I don't remember how... Can I go down? Oh, I can. I'm lost. Not sure what that means. Have I really forgotten this game as a whole? That's criminal. That's actually criminal if I have. I may not like this game, but it's still a Sonic game, so I have to know it for my lore master tendencies. Otherwise, I've messed up. We finished Act 3, so we're now halfway through the Tropical Resort. Come on. Come on. Go. Break. Almost. Ah. Didn't get it. Maybe it's just me. I think this game is really weird in terms of its controls. But I know that it's not the game's fault. This is just a case of... Because I know that this is a Roger game, I start expecting it to control like Frontiers, and I shouldn't do that because Frontiers came out way later. But I don't know, man. I just played so much time with Frontiers that's the only game where I don't hate Roger in it. And even then, I still play the game in Japanese. It's weird. Anyhow, we are now in the Tropical Resort Act 4. At least the Acts 2 and 3 aren't very long by comparison. Not 2 and 3. Acts 3 onward aren't very... What am I doing? What kind of nonsense was that? Ugh, felt like a fake level. Wait a minute, people bitched about Forces when it had levels like that. What happened? Oh, I got them all. Nice. So now we get to see Tails use the Miles Electric. So now we have 2 more acts of the Tropical Resort. I'm being a lot kinder to this game than I think I should be. I'm being kind to this game because it's Izuka's baby, not because I think this game is great. Nice! That was cool. Here we go. I truly don't remember how to do half of this stuff. It's okay. I'll figure it out. What? Nice. We get through here, then we'll break the levels again. Yes! Nice. Oh, I missed! Whatever. It's okay. We got it. Oh, we finally got an S rank. Finally. Most undeserved S rank, by the way. It's so funny looking at this footage because I know for a fact that in the Frontiers playthrough, I was playing like an absolute unit. And now I'm struggling to get an S rank on a Colors level. It's kind of embarrassing. Time for Act 6, and then we get to the boss fight. Alright, Colors. Show me what you got. Nice. My body is a weapon, okay. If you're curious to what the hell I just said, I was reading the achievement. Nice. Okay, I don't want anyone to make fun of Forces levels for being shortish ever again. That wasn't even 30 seconds. That was embarrassing. I'm not going for score, by the way. I'm not going for rank. I'm just trying to beat the game in this run-through so that when I do eventually upload it, you'll have my full take on this game. Because my goodness. Of course, you're robots. You shouldn't even feel the exhaustion yet. Nekosaru, how old are you? Where's Sonic? Disrespectful. See, scenes like this always pissed me off. They're not needed in the game. That's very little, actually. I'd pay for that. What? Sonic, yes you can. Okay, that was funny. Wait, wasn't this a boss in Sonic 4? What? I totally had that. Okay, that's 3 hits, and that should be it, right? That's embarrassing. That was pathetic. Izuka, what were you thinking? Okay, it was different in Sonic Adventure 1 because that was an exploit to defeat the egg. Hornet? That was the intentional design. There's a difference. Nah, that's a joke. I can't defend that. That's so much better than the English dub. What the hell? Why does Sonic Online just stick to aliens? In English, that was so weird. Okay, I like how he says "tasukete" as in he's trying to say, oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Okay, Wisp たちを助けられるかもしれないし、ちょっと行ってみるか。
Cool. See, there's aspects of this game that I like, but wow. Scenes like this, when I was playing them in English, it immediately made me question myself when I was playing this game. I just thought it was too goofy, man. And the boss is a joke, okay? Hell, the Egg Cerberus was a more... How do I put it? The Egg Cerberus was a much more interactive boss fight that you actually had to fight. This was a was a cakewalk. And I know I didn't get the S rank for it. I'm just trying to beat the game because I'm trying to act like this is a first time experience when I do know what happened in this game. I'm not blind, per se. Okay, we'll do Sweet Mountain then. I do like the music in this game. And in this resort of sorts, we're going to be trying to help the wisps. But that's the whole point of the game, right? So what's different here? Well, everything looks like a cake. That's really it. Gameplay-wise, it's just Sonic Colors again. I say that like it's a bad thing, but the truth is Sonic Colors does have good gameplay. The problem is that the story in this game is very lacking. I think that the OST, while good, doesn't truly feel like Sonic OST. It feels like action platformer OST. I know Sonic is an action platformer, but it's missing that high-speed aspect to it. I just think that the OST is a bit too... What's the best word for it? Tame? I think that's probably the correct word. What the hell? I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this power at all. Crazy how little I actually remember from this game. Now, anyone thinking that I'm a flip-flopper? No, I have been bashing this game since day one. I am not on the side of this game being the return of Sonic. It was the return of Sonic for the casuals, I'll give it that. But for the hardcores, no, I don't think so. I think that a good chunk of the hardcore audience had some bones to pick with this. But the classic fanboys really loved this game when it came out. Mostly because it was colorful and didn't have a super deep story like the classic games. It was just Sonic, you know, fighting Eggman again. Which, I guess if you are of that persuasion, per se, you're gonna like it more. Let me go! And that is the level. Pretty cool. That's an actual level, 2 minutes 27 seconds. I think that's still too short for a Sonic level. I guess for the casual, it's pretty nice. At least that's what I think. Okay, we got an A rank. Not the best ranking, but we got a rank that is respectable. Wait, what? Oh, right, that means that later on, when we get to that area, we'll be able to use that Wisp or something? Probably that's what that means. Sweet Mountain Act 2. So this is the 2D stage, per se. Not 2D, more like... The Act 1 is the main stage, the Act 2 is a secondary stage, but then Act 3 through 6 just felt like bonuses. But if you're gonna make them bonuses, why make them part of the main game? Make that optional stuff, like how Unleashed or Generations did. At least that's the way I see it. Maybe it's just me. So I think 6 acts is still ridiculous, Iizuka. But maybe that's just me. Maybe the rest of the audience thinks it's cool. Thank you for telling me that activating the switch causes the Eggman robots to appear. Tails. I never would have known without your commentary. No wonder the mod manager says that there's an option to turn that off. But no. I'm keeping it on because this is Iizuka's baby, and I'm going to treat it like Iizuka's baby. Oh, cool. I think I didn't mean to press the right bumper, that just sort of happened. Oops. I mean, it's cool. This game's pretty fun. But it sort of reminds me of all the stuff that I didn't like about Forces. It's very simple level design. The game isn't... no challenge whatsoever. The levels are too short. I will say, though, that the air momentum, the way that you jump in the air is better than in Forces. But at least Forces had the Avatar. I actually liked Forces as a video game. I can replay Forces. This game, I don't think I'm going to be replaying it that often. But still, it's weird because I say that, but I am having a good time with it. I do like some of the level design of this game. I just don't think that it's as powerful as, say, the level design in Unleashed. I think Unleashed's level design is just way stronger than this. The next act of the desert area. We're here obtaining all of the goodies. Why? Because that's just how this game is played. We're going to jump through there, then we're going to use our momentum to get up here, hit the rocket, take advantage of this, and then we just glide calmly. From this glide, we'll be able to make it hopefully to the end of the level. I can't believe I missed both the Yackers and the Tails saves. Oh well. Oh well. I still got to defeat the enemy. There's that stuttering again. What is causing that? I have a 4070 and an Intel 14 processor. I should not be stuttering this hard. This is Sonic Colors, not freaking, I don't know, Assassin's Creed Shadows. That game was so bad to run. That game was a stuttering mess. And we'll go through here, go slowly but steady, wins the race, and we can boost our way through this. Do some homing attacks, grab this token, get on the boost pads, and enjoy some spectacle. Because that's what Sonic is, right? A spectacle platformer as well. Because that's the thing. Sonic still needs to look cool, so you need to make a spectacle when you're playing Sonic, even if it's for the gameplay purposes. I'm not saying make Sonic into a movie game. Hell no, that would be bad. All I'm saying is that Sonic needs to look cool as you're playing the game, and this game is doing that, which I like a lot. We now have gotten more wisps to a different location, but still none at the Starlight Carnival. Did I say Starlight Carnival? I meant Starlight Carnival. I do like all the egg robots just cooking in the background. I think it's cute. We gotta make it through here. This level is a bit of a puzzle platforming level. It's not played like a regular level, per se. Instead, what you have to do is sit around and wait, which is the antithesis of Sonic. Hey, where are all the reviewers hating on this level back then? Because if they did a level like that in Unleashed or in Sonic Generations, or in any of the Dark Age levels, they would have been clowning on that. I'm a bit frustrated by how Sonic was treated in the 2000s. Still to this day. I know I should have moved on already, but it still bothers the hell out of me. Because they really were just, you know, making my favorite mascot IP platformer look bad, and I hated that shit. We'll take this way. It really shows that I don't play this game, huh? Wait, what? Oh, I see. Wait, what? I'm so lost. Oh. That didn't make any sense to me, but okay. I'm about to be called a game journalist, aren't I? I hate that term. Because you're not really a journalist. You're just some hack who's paid to write things that they're told to write. Actual journalism is interesting, but this is nonsense. Where were all the critics bitching about this, huh? This is ridiculous. All jokes aside, no, there is no joking here. I don't know how they were saying, oh, this is the return to form. This is Sonic is back, baby. No. That's not Sonic level design, guys. I'm gonna be on the side of Emu and me then, because I think this game is the antithesis of what Sonic should be, and I'm not trying to hate on it. I really am not. I'm just pointing things out as I play them. And it's so weird to go back to live commentary again, considering how much post-commentary is on this channel, but given it's just me, I think live commentary works best. Okay, so we go back here, and we're back at another quick-step section. Why can't we just quick-step with the bumpers and make it an option where we quick-step, as opposed to being mandated by the game where? Oh, we still don't have those guys yet. Cool. Is it possible to turn up that hint that we are above a bottomless pit? Is there a mod for that? Because I'll play it. I'll install it. Okay, good. Can I go up here? Oh, I can't. Okay, no problem. We gotta go through here. Oh, it's a momentum item. Cool. Design like that is always cool to me. Oh, what? Fine. You wanna be a prick like that, game? Fine. I'm playing like a filthy casual, and I'm disgusted by this footage. But damn it. Now I understand why the casuals complain so much. It's not a first time playthrough, it's just, it feels like one. So how little I go back to this game. Nice. Very nice indeed. Time for, I believe, the boss fight. Oh no, this is still Act 6 of Sweet Mountain. So we're back in Sweet Mountain Act 6, the final act of this level, and I've been thinking about this for a bit. The truth is, the Sonic fans are so divided that there is no way for us to tell Sega exactly what we want. And the reason for that is because what some of us do want is what other people absolutely never want to see. For example, I want a serious story in a Sonic game. Other people want there to be no story in a Sonic game. Some people like the colorful aesthetics, some people like the fantastical elements, I like the more realistic level design. It's stuff like that that makes me realize we're never gonna get our dream Sonic game, per se. And the reason for that isn't out of malice, or out of hatred, or out of any other reason other than we just want different things. But since we all want different things, when we eventually do decide what we want for our dream Sonic game to be, it's going to end up being the case that Sega isn't going to know what to do. And the reason they won't know is because we all, without fail, we all just want different things out of Sonic. And since we all want different things out of Sonic, it's not reasonable for them to accommodate all of us. It doesn't make sense. It's not a mathematical possibility. Because I can imagine there are some people whose favorite game is Colors. Because Colors actually has a lot of good elements. But I'm not sure how to explain it in a way where I don't sound like I'm belittling someone, because I'm not. I'm just thinking about this from my perspective. Wait, what? It didn't count it! Colors Ultimate, how dare you? Okay, we gotta go again. I'll cut ahead to when this level is finished. Okay, so we're on to the next level right before the boss, so there should be a cutscene to watch. Or not. Cool. We just have to fight a boss fight. Alright, because Tails is still trying to translate what Yakker's saying. That is true. They're still using this song from 06. That's crazy. What a prick. I'm down. Let's have a good time. Wait, this is the boss? What kind of boss fight is this? Cool. 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 What happened? Where did I go? I am so lost. Second section? So I guess we're doing another attack phase? What? That counted? I don't get it. Is he defeated? Okay, that's cool that I can do that. I was so lost. I didn't understand that boss at all. And I got an A! That doesn't make any sense. Look, I'm down to get an A, but I actually want to know what the hell happened. I still don't get what happened to that boss. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh, Sweet Mountain's done. Cool. So I'm gonna talk to Tails again. Okay, they're still having Sonic act cringe, but at least it's not best boss beating ever. That was so lame. I see. The mustached egg. You see, at least, it's not a good nickname, but at least it's better than Baldy Nose Hair. I absolutely despise it. Eventually he'll figure it out.
どうせ言うならヒゲゆで卵だな。
Still cringe, but not as cringe as the other one. Alright, we're going to the next one. The Starlight Carnival, the one that everyone thinks is the best one. Which makes me question everything because people were saying that Planet Wisp was the best level and that's why it got voted into Generations. You're just watching a spectacle. Again, I'm down for Sonic to have spectacle elements. He should have spectacle elements. However, Sonic should still be a gameplay-oriented series first. I don't want a Sonic movie game. I want to play so well that it seems like it could be in a movie. There's a difference. Huge difference. So we're moving so slow here. Just gotta say that right now. At least now we're gonna go back to speed. Homing attack chain. Still no gameplay. Okay, now we're playing the game. But now we're in 2D again. Damn it. I have no idea how this thing works. I don't get it. Oh, I see. Actually, I don't see it. Nice. Up here, homing attack chain. Press this. It lets me go through here. Speed this up by holding the boost button, I guess. And now we're back to 3D, thank God. Automated section in my Sonic game? Damn it, man. I remember how much people crapped on Forces for having automation? What? Oh, that is true. So just mashing this gives me score bonuses? What? Why? It's so weird. Is this required for the S rank? Or is this just an exploit? I don't know. It just feels odd to me. Score up 100,000 points in one quick step section. That's crazy. Cool. Now we're here. Again, where is the gameplay? Okay, we're back, but it's in 2D again. Ah, Izuka, man. I love your work, but this is ridiculous. Where the fuck am I? What happened? I'm trying to tell you guys, I am not intentionally trying to make this game look bad. I'm actively trying to do my best at all times. I pressed that wrong. Okay, good. Okay, good. Red ring, baby! Oh no. So that is intentional design. What? Cool, I guess. I don't get it, man. People were saying this was the big savior of Sonic? That this fixed his reputation? That's crazy, dude. And there we go. We got our B rank. Everything is great. I do like all of that animation. It's cool looking, but at the same time, it adds nothing. Why do we need that there? Okay. On to another 2D section. And I think another reason I have animosity towards this game is that it was advertised as the next 3D adventure. But look at how much 2D we're in. Listen, I have a lot of baggage with this series, unlike my other co-hosts, so it's very difficult for me to explain my gripes with this franchise to them, because they don't have the baggage. That sounds so weird to say, because I'm talking about a mascot platformer, but I like to think my take is still understandable. Please don't crush me, homie. No, wait, that's gonna kill me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, good. I got scared. No, let me out of here. Wait, where the hell do I go then? If not through there, then where? Oh. What is wrong with me? Cool. Press that there. Where'd he go? Ah, dick. Freedom. We're out of here. I'm making myself look so bad in this playthrough. I swear I'm better at these games than I make myself out to be. It's just damn. Like, this kind of game, it's so weird to me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this game. It features Sonic. It features gameplay that I like, but the level design and the art style just doesn't scream Sonic to me. And I think that's my biggest issue with it. So this level is a bit of a practice in... Leave me alone. It's a bit of a practice in your ability to time your jumps, as well as understand when things in the stage change. Because the stage is ever-changing thanks to these bouncy items, those platforms, the bouncy platforms. And because of that, we're going to be in an, practically speaking, never-ending state of questioning how far we are. Sounds like a really weird way to phrase it, but that is the best way I can think of. We gotta go to the right, and then once it stops letting us, we gotta start bouncing here. We can pick up the tail save here. Why am I speaking like this is a walkthrough? This is not a walkthrough. I think the issue is that I've gotten accustomed to having a co-host, so having to bounce off myself is really unusual now. I should be able to do it with enough practice again. However, like I've said before, getting used to things and then getting used to not having them again is a lot harder than just never having them at all. So the key to this is to just wait up here, and we're gonna bounce, and there's the end of the level. Pretty basic. I like this section a lot. It's pretty fun, and we're gonna have a great time from beginning to end. That was a fun level. Very short. And then we're back to boss fighting. No, that was too short. That wasn't even Act 6, was it? Yeah, it wasn't. What am I talking about? It was Act 3. Okay, Act 4, Starlight Carnival. Let's do a super bounce. Yay. How come in Wacky Workbench that doesn't bother me? But it does here. You know what it is? It's the fact that I'm aware of the fact that Sonic CD is a 2D platformer. I understand that this game is a 2D platformer, but damn. They really did sell this as the next 3D game, and that always bothered the hell out of me. Come on. Let me in. Ah, shoot. Oh, this is a game where you don't actually keep all the... Where you don't keep some rings after you take a hit. You lose all of them, don't you? Anyhow, we've done the level. That was it? I'm sorry if I keep beating a dead horse here, but... This really was the biggest complaint people had about Forces, that all the levels were under a minute long or something. But this game gets praised. Okay, cool. The hypocrisy of this fanbase is outrageous. Act 5. Go in the center. Let's get these rings. Let's smash the quick step button. Yes. We got this, guys. We're gonna make it through here. Get our boost and use it. What in the hell? How does this work?
グリーンウィスプを持っているときカラーズチェンジするとリングに向かってリングダッシュもできるよ
Okay, good to know. Oh, I see. I don't know if I'm supposed to actually touch those or not. I'm assuming no. What? I totally went through that. How do I go through here? I am so lost. Oh, wall jump. I keep forgetting that you can wall jump in this game. It's because I was just playing Unleashed, and I thought I needed the power up to do it. Oh well. Damn. Okay, cool. I'll make it through here. Well, at least I know for a fact that I was being too hard on colors the first time I played it, back in 2010, 2011. But I also won't say that I was dead wrong either. I do have quite a few complaints about this game. Many of them I probably still hold as well. But I don't think it's as bad as I originally thought it was. This game actually does have good elements. Well, at least this section is in 3D, but the camera angle is not. It's so really weird, like 2.5D camera angle. Okay, beat these enemies, get this wisp, make it to the top. Alright. Ah, shoot. I could have done it. I could have been a contender. And that should be the end. See, at least that was a level. It wasn't a high-speed platforming level, but a level it was. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Damn. Absolutely damn. Maybe I should edit in clips for my other playthroughs, just to explain what I want, because this is ridiculous. Maybe I should do that. Up next is the boss fight. This game also uses repeated boss fights, so... Oh, this is Act 6. Wait, I just did Act 5? Word? I forgot. Oh, now we're doing this, but in 2D. Isn't that the case? I do like the song, though. That I will say. It's not really a Sonic song, but it's a cool song. Like an alien song. I don't know how to phrase this. Yeah, you do lose all your rings when you're hit. Interesting. So it's not like later games where you'll just keep some aspect of... Shit. Don't hurt me. They hurt me anyways, guys. That was not a level. Woohoo. Okay, so now can we get to either a boss fight or a cutscene? This kind of feels like Super Mario, almost, the level select style.
広いのに何もないとこだな。
そうだねエクマンもいないし安心だね
すっかり油断しとるようじゃが、わしはすぐ近くにおるぞい。今
You could have just showed him. You don't have to have him talking here. Make him more menacing. Or just have him press the button. And here's another disappointment. Why don't we have a boss fight against Tails? That would have been so cool. Shoutouts to Tails' speed, though. He could keep up with him. I wish there was a Tails fight. Yeah, exactly. What is going on? Why are they using the egg carrier theme from 06, though? What the hell was this scene? It's so jarring going from 06 to this, in terms of the tone. So it's another, very similar to the Egg Albatross, except it's probably going to be a lot more standardized. And as such, it's not going to be as mechanically tense. Don't get me wrong, that fight was full of shoddy programming, or as the young people like to say, jank. But at least it was intricate. At least you actually had to fight the thing. This is not that. Yay! Hit the thingy. Wahoo. Bing bing wahoo. Get that. Start homing attacking him. Hunt him down, do some quick steps. Get the combos ready. Boost into him, jump, and... Ooh, we're too far away this time. Okay, now we're close enough. Break him apart. Let him drop some boxes. Jump over these two. Boost. Now that we're here, wail on his ass. Quick step for some points. Boost. Boost to win again. And this should be the end of the boss. What a nice boss fight, guys. Wow, guys. Actually, wow. Dude, with how people spoke about this game back then, you would swear they just released, like, Sonic's equivalent of Ocarina of Time. That's how much of a back to form this was. This game was awesome, XYZ. Dude.
オニク大きな船のアトラクションは楽しめた
まあ、そこそこ楽しめたぜ。
See, even Sonic wasn't having a blast here. So what else does the Miletric say? Still, we should have had a Tails fight. Ah, escalator generator. Okay, cool. So Tails, you already knew that. You could have just told him that. Well, then they're not planets then. They're just planetoids. Still, it makes sense why the characters are so arrogant at this point. They already stopped the most dangerous things Eggman could have done. Released Dark Gaia, and also, they already saw this plan before with Eggman Land, which is a far more dangerous place than this interstellar amusement park in pretty much every single way. Furthermore, from Sonic's memory, he also fought Perfect Chaos, he fought the Death Egg robot, the Doomsday robot, he destroyed Silver Sonic as well, Perfect Chaos, Iblis, Solaris. Even though no one but him remembers Solaris, he still knows that he defeated Solaris along with the help of Silver and Shadow. So it makes sense why the characters have a sudden change of tone, because Eggman at this point is a bit frustrated. So he's trying the same thing again. But he also has experience, so he's a bit calmer. And Sonic and Tails are just very arrogant at this point, simply due to the fact that they have defeated much more dangerous opponents in the past.
聞けばわかるわ。わしを親方などと呼びよって。
ボスより強そうでいいと思います。
つべこべ言わずに。
I mean, he's not wrong. It does have a stronger vibe to it. Yeah, and you'll replace him with Sage. Genuinely, I actually prefer Sage to these two. I just don't get it. What is the fascination he has with amusement parks? Let's do Planet Wisp, just to get out of the way, because I think this is the weakest one. But people really love this one for some reason. I do like the theme, though. This is a good theme, and that much I cannot deny. Planet Wisp, the final level of Sonic Generations, which this game absolutely does not make feel like a final level in the slightest. As a matter of fact, this feels more like a relaxing jog than anything else. Is a level that I have mixed feelings about. On one hand, I think that the level is super cool, but on the other hand, I don't think that the level has enough going for it to be a final level. And also, this song does not exactly scream final level as well. Again, I'm well aware that this is not the final level of the game, but because it is the final level of one game, I sort of treat it like one. I will say, though, the environments in this level are really nice. Like, really nice. To the point where I actually like them a lot. Let's go down through here. This has got to be one of the weirdest showings of Sonic Colors because, damn, I don't replay this game at all. And it shows, it really does. When you guys watch the 06, the Adventure 1, the Shadow, when that eventually comes out, and the Frontiers playthroughs, you'll notice that I'm playing out of my mind. And that's because those are the games that I really like, and I replay them all the time. This one, should be very much noted that I don't replay this game for many reasons. Some of them include gameplay reasons, other reasons include story reasons, OST reasons. Because I think that some songs in this game are genuinely really good. But I don't have this soundtrack in any way, shape, or form saved onto any hard drives, any service, anything at all. I don't own the soundtrack for this game. I don't really want to either. It's just something that I've noticed. This game just never really caught my attention the way the other Sonic games did. I wish we could turn off that little notification. The one that tells us if we're in a dangerous spot. Oh wait, you can use the D-pad for the 2D sections. I'm using it in Xbox One controller, just so everybody knows, the Elite Series 2. Mostly because I think it is the best controller on the market among the first-party controllers. Obviously, like, PS3 era SCUF, and same goes with Xbox SCUF, are just so good as controllers, but for official controllers, I think the Elite Series X is the best. Okay, at least this was a level. Okay, so props where props are due. And that's really it. I think that the Switch 2 Pro Controller has to be the weakest of the Pro Controllers. And the PS5 Midnight Edge is probably second place. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the button placement of that one as much as I do the Switch 2 or the Xbox button placement. And now we're in Act 2 of Planet Wisp. Time for a 2D act then. Colors walks in and Izuka-san goes, what if we give them 6 acts? 6. Now that I know I can use the D-pad, this is actually so much nicer. Actually crazy. No! I missed. Whatever. Wow, I suck. I can't crouch in this game. What? I can't press down. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let me go. Let me go! Oh, there's where I'm supposed to be. Step on that. We can now get out of here. I'm out of here, as he says. Who gave that voice clip? Was that actually Jaleel White, or was that someone else who did that? I'm out of here in Sonic CD. I don't know. It's been too long. I keep forgetting things about things I like. We're gonna go up here, get our rings, go through here, get on the rail, duck, and finish the stage. Yay. If it feels like I'm giving it a play-by-play, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think about what to say, but I also don't want to keep dead air in this footage. Got a tail save. Nice. Could you imagine if I tried to make this an S-rank run? How long would it take me? Alright, Planet Wisp, Act 3. Let's go again. Remember, you can't use the bumpers. You have to use the stick for some ungodly reason. Still don't know why. Take that, prick. Wait, I have a wisp on me? Word? I didn't even realize that. I'm so confused. Oh, I'm on a time limit for this, aren't I? So go that way and we can use these as platforms. Oh, that was evil as fuck. Wow, that was so mean. I didn't realize that would happen. Shoot. Well, at least this game isn't brain dead. That is praise, I guess. I mean, look, it's better than Secret Rings. It's better than Lost World. Fine. That's not exactly the best praise I can give it, you know? That's just me, though. That's just me. Planet Wisp. Okay, if the level looked like this but had a... Never mind. A better track accompanying it, I would say it looks like a final level, but this absolutely does not scream final level. I still don't get that. Okay, that was cool. Aw, I messed up, didn't I? Nice. Go up through here. Activate the laser. Oh, wow, I messed that up. Or not. Maybe. Maybe I can save this. Hey, I can save it. See, I don't like this sort of slow and steady wins the race level design. I think that this is antithetical to Sonic. Wow, I messed that up. Oh well. Still got it anyways. I understand that, yes, there are ways to boost ass and go super fast and everything, but that didn't feel like it. See, even Forces, for as methodical as that game can get, you're still going pretty fast in it. And if you know how to use the Drill Wisp, you can go even faster.
ここはウィスプたちの星なのに変な機械
You know what Eggman wants. He wants...
パークの新しいアトラクションを作ろうとしてる。
No, you... What are you talking about? He's using this to harvest the energy of the wisps.
まずいものがいっぱいあるから全部忘れてから戻るんじゃぞ。戻ったら引き続きエッグプラネットパークを。
このパークはエッグマンがウィスプ
Okay, at least you have that down. He wants to brainwash the world.
なんだウィスプたちを物みたいに扱うなんて僕許せないよ。
エッグマンの悪さの中でも特にひどいぜ。
No, it is not. No, it is not, Sonic. Okay. This is such an unserious plot, by the way. Because that's the thing, you can't expect me to take this seriously when the two main characters aren't taking the adventure seriously. And because of that, it's very difficult to get invested in the events of this game at all. To this day, I don't remember half the plot of this game, despite how basic this plot is. Whereas I can remember the 06 plot, the Unleashed plot, the Adventure 1 and 2 plot, even the Shadow and Heroes plot. I cannot remember this game's plot to save my life. And the reason for that is because no one in the game actually takes the plot as if it's threatening. They say it's threatening, but no one acts like it is. And that's an issue with this game's writing. At least I see it that way. Look, I'm not asking for an M-rated Sonic game. If anyone thinks that, you're delusional. I'm just asking for the characters to actually treat the situation with some stakes. What was that? And anyone saying, no, you're supposed to replay the levels for ranking. A game shouldn't be fun because of the ranking system. A game should be fun in general. The ranking system should be a bonus. I like Sonic Adventure 2's level design in general. The ranking system is just the cherry on top to make me play it again. But I should already want to play it again because I like the game in general. At least that's how I see it. Nice. I've always liked rail grinding missions, even though a lot of rail grinding missions is just reflex testing. Because they got rid of all the balancing elements from Adventure 2 and Heroes, which I understand why they did it. It's because the casuals were having too many issues with it. But to someone like me, the hardcores, it's not the same. So I would not classify myself as a casual fan of Sonic. No, I think I'm too invested into the story and the lore and everything else for that to even be remotely the case. Where the hell am I going? I see, that's another thing, they're reusing the level design like that. Now, I have nothing against reused level design, but if you're gonna do reused level design, like in Shadow the Hedgehog, at least change the activity we're doing. At least in Shadow the Hedgehog, it's like, okay, reuse level design. One of them's a hunting mission. One of them you have to, say, locate some top secret discs, get the alternate ending, or blow up some bombs, or go to the gold ring, okay? It's reused level design for sure, but you're doing completely different things in those levels, so I liked it in Shadow the Hedgehog. Here, we're still going to the gold ring, so it's less enticing to see the reused level design like that. You know, if you didn't like the Shadow missions, that's fine. Not everyone did. A lot of people actually hated the missions. But at least with the reused level design, it made sense. Even in Heroes, it made sense to some extent because of Team Chaotix. This is just reusing level design for the sake of reusing level design. That's it. And I don't like that. For example, like, let's say a different game I like. Netsunia, they reuse level design a lot in that game. But the reason they reuse level design in those games is because they all take place in the same area, the dimension that they're in. This doesn't make sense. But at least we're gonna get to the boss now, and we're putting an end to this nonsense of a location. No, they're not. Again? But we already fought you. New attraction, Sonic! You've seen this already!
プラネットパークは全てカンパニーのものです。全ての星と空気も水も木も草も全てわしのものじゃ。
How'd you get that agreement to go through?
したやつはわしがきちんと仕返ししてやる。
With which government did you make this agreement, Eggman?
やあエッグマン、お前こそ覚悟しておくんだな。ウィスプたちにひどいことしやがって。ここにあるものが全部お前のものでも俺には関係ない。今すぐ負けを認めれば時間とロボットを無駄にしないで済むぜ。
I really didn't like the no copyright law in the universe line. I genuinely don't like it. Because it doesn't add anything to the story, it's just something that Sonic said to be funny. Look, Sonic made jokes, Sonic is funny per se, but he never tried to be funny, he was just funny. Well, at least this fight has more intricate design. Or you could do that. And that's the end of the boss. Bing bing wahoo, yippee, yahoo, as Tails says in Adventure 1. Nice boss, guys. Nice boss. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
わお、間抜けな顔して俺を見るなよ。思ってたんだけどその顔じゃ俺に勝てないぜ。もうちょっとマシな顔だったらよかったのにな。
ソニック、やっつけたロボットにいつまで話しかけてるの？
いや、ちゃんと壊れてるか確かめてたんだ。まあウィスプたちの星は助かったからどうでもいいだろ。
それはそうだね。
それにこんな間抜けな顔じゃ俺に勝てるわけないだろ。
うんうん。
ワイテイルス。
ソニックがピンチを切り抜けるところは何度も見てきたよ。でも顔と強さは関係ないと思うよ。
Well, at least this game continues the trends of the characters interrupting each other. Let's do Aquarium Park next. We're just going in order. Time for more level design. So now we're going through this location. This location has the really cool samurai aesthetic, the Japanese aesthetic, and I love it so. But damn, it absolutely does not have the environmental storytelling for you to take it even remotely as a serious threat. It's too happy for a location of the bad guy. Because remember, the last time we dealt with an amusement park in this series, it was menacing, okay? It was Eggman Land, obviously. It was the main bad guy's ultimate plan. But here, we're just going through it like it's Saturday morning. Again, I understand in universe why the characters could end up acting like this. I really do. But it doesn't mean that I like how they're acting. Just because you understand something doesn't mean you doesn't mean you like it. That is one cope I genuinely don't like that some nerds use. It's the, oh, you don't like it because you don't understand it. No. Sometimes I don't like something because I do understand it, and that's a problem. But then again, stuff like that is why I tend to just keep to myself on these. I don't talk to other creators anymore. Not a good idea. Too many variables, too many liabilities. It is cool though. I do like this area a lot. This definitely feels like a Sonic level. Not this platforming section though. This section here feels more like a Mario thing. Because in Mario, they'll have you go up or down a platform and they'll spawn Koopa Troopas and Goombas and Dry Bones. You're supposed to manage your way around, like in the new Super Mario Bros. Games on the DS. The thing is, Sonic is not Mario, so a section like this doesn't really fit his style, per se. You can put a section like this in your Sonic game, but you better do it well. Otherwise, it's just gonna flow really weirdly. Or not at all. That's right. What? Oh, this game is the one that began the trend of you can't homing attack unless the camera's also on them, isn't it? It is. Where's the thingy? Oh, there's the ring. Cool. Can't believe how much of this game I don't remember, man. Because you would think it being the game that I had a lot of choice words to say about, I would remember it, but I didn't. What's the next level? Aquarium Park. Okay, so this level is a quick jump level. Obviously, if you want the S rank, you gotta do something else for it, but if you just want to get through the level, you just gotta do quick jumps, like so. Kill enemies as they appear, collect some rings. Do that twice, and then you should be good to go. Like this. Do some quick hops. We're gonna not even bother with that, and get the ring. Wow, guys. Thrilling level design, by the way. Am I actually still underwater? 30 seconds to Mars, baby. Who's gonna get that reference? Time for Act 3 of Aquarium Park. They're gonna force us to swim with these downward trajectories. Problem is that we don't have a boost in this game, but with the rocket, we'll be able to escape. That is definitely a descent. Let that go downwards, go through here, do some quick hops, run, try to make that jump, realize that you don't know where you're going, so you struggle in vain, but you go over here, and we keep on running. Reuse the level design, we just add some blocks in the way. Yay! See, in 06, for example, when there's reused level design, it's because you're playing a completely different character. So the different character changes how you approach the level design. Here, you're just Sonic. Don't get me wrong, I like games where you just play as Sonic, but I also like his friends, you know? I think Sonic has cool friends. Bam. Nice. Did the tail save? No, we did what we came to do. Next we go to Act 4, because what if we gave him 6 acts, right, Azuka? So in this level, you can actually avoid the water by mashing your way out of it, assuming you still have... Again, how do I dodge this shit? I don't know. You'll see what I'm talking about in a bit, because to this day, I still don't understand how it works. The key to this is not wasting your boost. Hold on to your boost as long as you can, because it allows you to avoid your problems. That being the underwater sections. Then we'll use this section here. All issues at all costs. Get this, miss the jump because I'm not good at this game. Keep as much boost as you can. I wasted some like a dullard. Why don't we gain boosts for rings in this game? I should mod that in. Make the playthrough more fun, I think. Yeah, I think I should do that. I guess after I finish this park, I'll do that. Because I can't think of anything else, you know? I realized how difficult it is to actually keep talking to yourself for minutes at a time without having dead air. It really is. But I am having a good time, let that be known. And I'm gonna mod the game to have an even better time. Mwahahaha. Because honestly, I think that would make the game better. Unless it's some breaking of level design that I'm not aware of. But to my knowledge, that should just fix the game's issues, the ones that I have with it anyways. Why did I get the 1-up sound effect? Okay, this is the part that I don't get. How do you dodge this guy? If the way to dodge this guy is truly just sidestepping, it would be easy. But you can't sidestep with this guy. He will hit you regardless. What? I was boosting though. Cool, got him anyways. And there goes the generator. Neat. That was certainly a level. This song reminds me of Triangle from Shakugan no Shana, the Kawada Mami song. I think it's the 3rd outro. It might be the 4th one. I'm not too sure. It's the one where the fact that Yuji wants to get with either Sakai or Shana, but there's this other guy who wants to get with Sakai. People who don't watch anime have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. I just realized that. It's one of the tsundere animes. That's all you have to know. Get ourselves some boost. Go through here. Because that's the thing, right? I don't think I'm going very fast in this game. It really doesn't feel that way at all. This level design feels kind of slow, actually. That's the best way for me to phrase it. The level design feels slow. Great level design, guys. Just mash B. Nice. Yay. What? Okay. Okay, time for the water level. The water level itself isn't that bad. You want to go to the very edge. Sink down, pick up the air ring, mash the A button as fast as you can, and then once you get to near the top, you're gonna press the boost, let the thing carry you, press here, activate the drill wisp, go down, not how I meant to do that, but that's okay. Just follow the path I'm taking and you should be fine. Go into this pole, and this pipe, and go up, through here, break this block, go down, then go into this pipe, and you're out of the water section. The next thing you're gonna go into is a light speed dash section, which I'm not too big of a fan of, and right before that you're gonna go into some rudimentary platforming section. It's easier to just homing attack your way through it. Air boost to get out of this section, go through here, air boost again. And instead of picking up that wisp, go here, then Use the Lightspeed Dash Wisp to get out of it. Okay, allow yourself to move as quickly as possible. This will allow you to access another Lightspeed Dash section through this Wisp here. Go through here, through here, through here. Don't actually press the Lightspeed Dash, otherwise you're gonna go backwards like that. You can get out of it, just hold A. And then as soon as you touch it, press the right bumper again. It's better to just make it to the end, but I want to show you what would happen if you do it wrong. Go through here. There's a top pathway here. Slow your descent down, and you can get in, which allows you to get the red ring. I was going too fast, so that's okay. Then we have a little section like in Eggman Land, except this is nowhere near as hard as Eggman Land, so it loses all of its pizzazz, per se. Eggman Land as a level is really fun. Once you kill all the enemies, you should be able to go through that door. It appears I missed one. Or two, apparently. My bad. There's more? That is an issue I have with this game. You can't control the camera at all. I get it because it was a Wii game, but man, I just love controlling the camera in these games. Make it to the edge. Get this. Make it to the top once again. Grab this Drill Wisp. By the way, while you're in drill form, you literally can't drown, so it's beneficial to always be in drill as long as you can. If you see one, go for it, no matter what. And that's the end of the level. This level I remember because I remember not liking it very much. So I actually know how to strength this level because I wanted to get it over with many years ago. Cool. Anyhow, that was a cool little run through that level. And now we go in for the best boss beating ever. Wow. Sonic, for the love of God, stop joking around and fight this thing. Bad characterization. Yeah, this is why I was praising Flynn like crazy when Frontiers came out, because my goodness. This game makes Frontiers' writing look good. Going that way. Smash. Nice, I guess. Is this another reskin fight? Ugh. You have got to be kidding me. It is. Oh, you gotta wait for him to not be in his attack? You can't be serious, game. So the trick again is go as high as you can, and once you go above all the obstacles, just air dash. Let the game go to you. Wait behind here so that the missiles go after Sonic, or you have bad timing, so you get one of the bubbles first. Are any of the missiles gonna go after me? Oh, am I supposed to use the Drill Wisp? Where are the missiles? Now they're after me. So we just wait over here. I don't have rings. Crap. This is bad. Wait for the boss to appear. Do not let him rattle me. Of course. Swing at a miss. And then this should be the end after these 2 hits. Cool, one more hit. Game over. That was a bad performance. I apologize. Even breaking the score doesn't help me. You know what? It'd be kind of a waste to just exit the game and mod in for one last world. We only have one world left, and then we take care of it with the main bad guy. You were eating? Why? Last area. And then once we do this, it'll just be... What'll it just be? It'll just be the main section, I guess. Alright, no button presses until the game tells me, because this game is beautiful. Cool. Okay, at least that level design was good. But what about the rest of the game? Is it on that level? Who knows? Okay. This can get pretty cool. Okay. I guess that was neat. Back to the train. The beautiful train. I mean, at least this is spectacle. I do like this. Actually looks like a Sonic level, unlike the previous one. This feels like I'm playing Sonic, and I like it because of that. I miss the Unleashed QTs though. I think they were way better, and I will die on that hill. See, this feels like we're in a really dangerous area. The music actually somewhat has that. I'm saying somewhat because not completely, but it's trying, okay? The point is, this level actually feels like it's trying. The previous level felt half-assed. Okay, that was a cool level, and I gotta praise where it is. Praise where praise is due. That is how you do a level in Sonic for me. That felt like I was playing Sonic again, and I respect that one. And now the other Wisps have made it to the other nations, which means you can replay those levels. Okay, so the good news is that my upgrades are showing, and I'm very glad for that. Yay! Eats everything. Okay, that was cool. So here we have the Eggman Land pushers, and they're just as annoying here as they were then. Let's get our red ring here. If you're fast enough, you can do this in one go. Ugh, how did I mess that up? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Firework Aura. I like the Fire Aura though. That one does look cool. This one looks okay. I'm only using the Firework Aura because it's default unlocked in the game. Nice. Let's start going to town. Eat everything that's in the way. Let me at him. Oh really? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, the fire boost is cool looking. But I think I'll get rid of the Firework Aura after this. I don't think it looks that good. Anti-gravity? How dare you? What in the hell? This is such a weird stage. What am I doing? Oh, I see. That wasn't very nice. This is so embarrassing. What? Come on, I beat Final Horizon. What is this shit? I beat it on extreme mode too. No comment. I got an S rank for that shit. Undeserved. So the interesting thing about this level is that it actually shows you the ending of the level before you even get to play it. What you're gonna want to do is run straight to the right, over here, get on this platform, mash the B button to make it go down, and then once it starts going down, you're gonna want to go this way. You're gonna want to go slow and steady wins the race over here. Like that. With that, you now have the wisps that you need. Now, which wisp you choose to take is up to you. I'm gonna take the spike and rush all the way back. like so, which allows me to go all the way through here, break the level in half, activate the entrance, and we are out of here. Cool level, guys. Very cool level. I like that a lot. That was fun. See, there are moments where the level like that is cool, and I like playing it. Then there are other moments where I just ask myself, what am I doing? Asteroid Coaster Act 4. I believe this is a quick step mission. That is. What you're gonna want to do is let the Motobugs catch up to you, and then once they catch up to you, you want to spin them away by attacking them from the left or right. You don't want to let them hit you head on, because then you will lose your rings, and that's not good. You do not want to lose rings because that hurts your ranking. But even if you don't care about ranking, losing rings is just dangerous in general in this series. Nice. I missed the ring, whatever. Hit the Motobugs, and come to you. Use the boost whenever you need to, but try not to abuse it, because this game actually makes you conserve your boost for some inexplicable reason. Break this level a new one, let him go through, break out of that, and should be 2 more Motobugs. Never mind. I'm thinking about this a bit later. See, this sort of level doesn't feel like a Sonic level. This feels like something else. Okay, there's Motobugs here. The environment looks like Sonic. I'm playing as Sonic, but the level design is not Sonic, and that's my biggest issue with it. Now we just race through, kill this last Motobug. I keep saying this last one, but there's a lot more than one. Did I just go past it? Oh well. The level is finished. Cool, I guess. What a level, guys. What an absolute level.
何なんだここは。はあ？見たところ、ここでウィスプたちがとんでもない改造をされてるようだな。
What kind of an observation is that?
ここにいたの？どこへ行ったのかと思ったよ。何か面白いものは見つかったみたいだね。ひどい。こんなにたくさんのウィスプたちを。
Don't worry、俺がきっと助ける。
ソニック、そういえばヤッカを見かけないけど。
そうだな。とりあえず先に行くぜ。ジェネレーターを止めなきゃな。
So you're telling me you separated from Yakter at one point, Tails? Didn't you already have dinner? It's crazy this whole thing happens in one day, you know? That's another thing. This game doesn't have a very epic story because of how fast it happens. Part of why 06 and Unleashed work as epic stories is because they take place over a period of time. This wasn't an issue they could solve in one day. Here, it really is a one-day sort of issue. Behold, the Asteroid Coaster. I feel like that's not how you were supposed to do that! Genius! Now we're gonna eat everything. Laser. We'll go through here, find a different wisp to make with. And there we go. Not sure how I felt about that one. That was a bit of a weird level. Oh, we've got 2 levels left and then the final boss. What a short game. Maybe it's just me. Still, we're gonna get to see the roller coaster of doom. Definitely. The hell was that? Cool. Well, at least this section lets you get accustomed to the roller coaster. So I like that much. We don't need the warning, guys. We know we're gonna fall to our deaths. Then we're gonna go through here, like so. We're gonna have high energy. We're going to spam that. Press A one more time. What? I got blindsided. That was not my fault. I wasn't in water, and now I am. Made a mistake. Use it too early. What you're supposed to do is wait until you're up here. Like so. Then use it. Like that. Oh, I didn't get the red ring. Oops. Whatever. I didn't get the red ring. Oops. It's fine. We just need to go through this level again. Cool. Neato! And so we've made it. Lets me go. We gotta fight this thing again. One more hit. Nice hit, guys. And that should be the end of the level. Or not. Interesting. Okay, that was cool. I like that. I do like that you could break the scorecard. That is fun. Time for the penultimate boss, then the final boss. The egg carrier theme! Yay!
やられた通りやり返してやるぜ。そこで待ってな。つべこべ言わせないぜ。お前をバラバラにするのに余計な力を使って疲れたくはないからな。OK, come on! でも逃げたっていいんだぜ。俺が相手じゃ逃げたくもなるだろ。恥ずかしいかもしれない。
Sonic, just kill the thing!
少しはなんとか言ったらどうだ。ま、無理しなくていいさ。
It's so frustrating, you know? Knowing that this series could be better.
この宇宙船は追いかけて攻撃するしかないんだけど、ワープして消えることがあるんだ。突然消えても焦らないでね。
Well, it's nice to know that whoever made the retranslated mod didn't translate the bubbles. I know that a lot of the bubbles are the same in both languages, but for example there, Tails doesn't say blammo, he just says find it again. Which does provide more information, and it's less joking. I'm really tired of these jokes, man, in all these medias. I want them to actually try to tell a cool story. You can have jokes, but don't make that a focal point of the story. At least that's the way I see it. This boss is actually really cool. That didn't go very well. You can homing attack onto those meteors, but I don't know if it does anything. Rush through, break him. Get some rings, try to break in again. You'll attack him there, and we move on to the next phase of the fight, the 2D phase. Never mind, we're back in 3D. I still don't know what the rocket is supposed to do here. Is it for when we get to that moment where he's throwing the missiles at us? Well, the spheres? Oh, come on, that was no fair. I'm saying that was no fair because if I went to the left, I would have been hit. If I went to the right, I would have been hit. Give me a dodging section. Nice. Oh, is it for this? Yeah, it probably is. Okay, that was pretty cool. I like that. Boss fight wise, that was pretty mid, I'm not gonna lie. I got a B rank? Fuck off. Word? Okay, fine. I was kinda arrogant there. That's true. I guess so.
やれやれだぜ。手間かけさせやがって。
やったねソニック。
お前のおかげさ、テイルス。
ありがとう。僕何かいいことがありそうな気がするよ。
もっとマシな遊園地に連れてってもらえるかもな。
ここよりひどい遊園地なんてどこにもあるわけないよ。
Well, this one definitely breaks more rules.
ウィスプたちはもう大丈夫だよな。
そうだね。みんな話してもらえたみたいだよ。ヤッカーが無事だといいけど。
あいつはきっと大丈夫さ。あのビームガンさえ使えなきゃな。
もうエネルギーが残ってないから使えないはずだよ。
そりゃよかった。
Cool. Story's not over though. We still need to fight the Nega Wisp. See, this feels like a retread of Sonic CD, where he chains Little Planet to Earth. Now he chained 5 planets to his amusement park. Kind of feels like the Death Star versus Starkiller base. You guys watch Star Wars. Doesn't really change anything. It's just different.
お前があれこれやってくれたおかげさ。
僕がそうかな。確かに機械を改造してウィスプたちの言葉を
See, here's one.
話して
This is where
ソニックは行ったり来たりしなくて済んだけど、や
they're more
っぱりソニックの方がすごいよ。
they're a lot more humble in here, whereas in the English dub, they're just both pricks to each other here, and I don't like that. This scene, I think, is a lot better in Japanese. Still, the story doesn't get you here to a point where you're already emotionally invested in it. That's the thing, there's no emotional investment in this story, and that's an issue. Stories didn't go anywhere. We just broke machines and then free the wisps. Cool. But what else? We're just gonna go to the ending. It's just the boss fight, I believe. I don't think there's a final level.
ジェネレーターを壊したぐらいで勝ったつもりとはとんだ間抜けじゃ。そんなのおもちゃも同じ。このビームキャノンはちょっとすごいぞ。
And what's the point of the generator?
このわしじゃ。
最後に笑うそれっていいことなんですか？笑い話の意味が最後までわからない間抜けってことでしょ？本当よね。もうパパったらおバカなんだから。でも大好き。
貴様誰の話をしとるん
This dialogue is so weird.
でしょ？
ふざけおって。わしをパパだのおじさまだの。大体これはどういう声の設定じゃ。ふざけおって。
もうパパったら怒っちゃいや。私だって
あ、聞きたくないわ。
I don't get it.
ロボットにイライラするのも今だけじゃ。もうすぐ素晴らしいことが起きるからの。
誰に起きるんですか？
わしじゃ。
わし。
よいしょ。
Cool. That's the thing, I don't know what emotions I'm supposed to feel here. Is it dread? I don't think so, because nothing in this game has been terribly difficult. Is it confusion? Well, I'm not confused, I know exactly what Eggman's doing.
よいしょっと。何よ、パパがいけないのよ。
It's stuff like that.
ソニックと遊んでばっかりで、私に構ってくれないんだもん。私も。
What in the hell is up with Cubot here? I don't get it. Yeah, I'm on Orbot's side, tell him to shut up. Oh, there are levels here, okay.
なあ、テイルス。
どうかしたの？
なんだか悪い予感がするぜ。
よかった。僕だけじゃなかったんだ。
地面は揺れるし、埃は立つし、ウィスプたちまで。
We can see this, guys. Do something about it.
こんなところで喋ってないで、さっさと走り出した方がいいんじゃないか？
僕はずっとそう思ってるよ。急いでスペースエレベーターに戻らなきゃ。
なんだ、それなら俺に構わず急いでくれ。
うん、先に行くよ。
Cool, we're in Terminal Velocity, Act 1. Okay, so for this level, I'm actually going to be rather quiet because I need to concentrate. So in order to not make sure you're not bored, I will be adding post-commentary here. So the key to taking down this area at the end of the game is to avoid getting hit while perpetually moving. At this point in the game, you are escaping from the laser beam, and you need to avoid all the enemies in your way. The first thing you're going to want to do is build some score by moving left to right over and over again. And once the robots in the back spin using a backflip, you're going to take note of where that is and move left to right accordingly. Furthermore, those yellow bars, you're just going to bunny hop over them. Once we get to this section with the Motobugs, you're going to go left and right. At this point, if you've made it this far in the game, you've seen this enemy before. However, I'm reiterating this information because there's going to be a point in the level where they throw two different enemy types at you, and you need to be able to manage them both at the same time. The Motobugs themselves are not too difficult. The key to the S rank is to avoid getting hit by the Motobugs as well as the other enemies when you do so. Then we have this purple enemy. It swings its arms at you in order to damage you, and on its back it has two laser beams which will attack in 2 of the 3 lanes. The key here is to avoid his laser and stay ahead of him. When he swings his arm, just press the boost button and hold it until he finishes his swing. This is not the hard part. The hard part is going to be once they throw this guy as well as the Motobugs at you, because now you have to keep track of it. You don't want to move too far ahead of him, otherwise you won't be able to see which lane his lasers are coming from. But you don't want to be too close to him because you don't want to get hit by his arms. And even more dangerous is the fact that the Motobugs will still intercept you, and even if you're boosting, if you attack them from behind, you will still take the damage. So you have to be able to focus on that. And that is the end of that section. The key to the S rank to that level is to just not get hit. Otherwise, just follow what I did and you should be fine. Okay, next level.
つながるぜ。
お、あれは
来たか。
帰るにはまだ早いぞソニック。貴様に行列なしの人気アトラクション。
I'm gonna be honest, I think that the story is better in DS. I kind of wish the DS one was canon.
まあ、こんな間抜けなパークでいつまで遊園地ごっこだ。後でまた入場なんてするわけないだろう。それどころか二度とこんなとこ来るもんか。
言いおったなこのハリネズミめ。わしの計画をめちゃくちゃにした上にスピーチにまでケチをつける気か。寝ないで考えたんじゃぞ。もう許せん。ひねり潰してやるわ。最後に笑うのはこのわしじゃ。貴様には笑わせん。
心配すんなよ。笑ってる場合じゃないぜ。
このアーマーは強いぞ。桁外れのエネルギーを詰め込んであるからの。誰にも負けん。生きたお前を見るのもこれが最後かと思うとせいせいするわ。
今度は本当に強そうだよ。相手にしないでさっさと行こうよ。
地上で会おうぜ。
This is so disrespectful.
やり残したことがあるんでね。
Why? That's not friendly at all. So here he is. That actually sounded crazy. Times like that, I love the Japanese voice acting. It's so good. The key to this boss fight is to continuously free the wisps as you're going along. The first one you free, I don't remember. I believe you just do damage to it. But the second one you free should be Yacker. I might be wrong about that. Not Yacker, the wisp himself, but just the one that he represents. So let's see here. Wisp number 1, who are you? He keeps taking more and more of them though. Push through me. Riveting final boss, guys. Boost, and then you're gonna do this again. I noticed that a lot of my commentaries where it's just me tend to be me talking about the game, as opposed to rather, how should I put it, unconventional topics that don't relate to the game at all. It's just a neat little thing I noticed. That's not changing anything, dude. Come on. The previous level was harder than this. What did that accomplish? Remember, once he does one of these patterns, just boost into him, and you'll free another wisp. Once you free all the wisps, you're good to go. We have 4 wisps now. We should be able to homing attack there. I don't know why the game doesn't let you. Also, I'm not gonna lie, Reach for the Stars doesn't fit this section at all. It's so funny. We're doing this in less time than it took to complete a Frontiers Island on my first playthrough. I can beat the Frontiers Islands now in like an hour, but back then it took forever to break one. We boosted into it, which freed the last wisp, I believe. Nice. Cool. I don't know what to say. It's weird. I don't know what to think about that boss fight at all. I just thought it was weird at the end. That doesn't even compare to... I honestly think Forces had a better version of that fight. At least I think so. Mostly because the Forces one doesn't tell you what he's gonna do before he does it. And this fight holds nothing compared to any of the Titans. The Titans were a lot more fun to fight, especially on a first playthrough. The amusement park is being destroyed. Yay. Can you stop? Just run, Sonic. It's so frustrating. At least now we're running. But where's our boost meter? Oh wait, we don't have one for some reason. This is a good song though. Wow, I'm actually bopping my head for the first time this playthrough. Which is a bit of a shame because normally I'm bopping my head right away in every Sonic game. Here, not really. Why was that section the place with the best music but has no level design?
俺が戻らないとでも思ってたのか？
だって心配だったんだよ。無理やりエレベーターに乗せるし。
知ってるだろ？俺はやるときはやるぜ。
さすがだね、ソニック。
Thank you。でもお前だって手を貸してくれたじゃないか。
助けてくれてありがとうだって。
どういたしまして。こっちこそ助けてくれてありがとうな。
どういたしましてだってさ。
やっと機械の調子が良くなったな。
悪いとこは全部直したからね。いつでも普通に話せるよ。助けてくれてありがとう。でもそろそろ帰らなきゃ。機械がうまく動いたと思ったら。
まあ間に合ってよかったじゃないか。ライダー
Okay, this is actually a nice ending cutscene. I like how it's structured. I like the camera work. I like how it's paced. But damn, this story did nothing for me. I wasn't emotionally invested. I wasn't hooked. I wasn't gripped. Nothing. And that is where I think this game's biggest weakness is. It's not a game that you're very invested in. Sonic Adventure 2, for all my issues with that game's plot, at least are very exciting. We're skipping the credits. Morio Kishimoto was the lead game designer? After all the greatness you did in Frontiers? That's backwards. That's backwards. You were so good in Frontiers, man. Can't believe it took you this long. It's weird to think that this is the big lead up to Generations, though. Is he rapping?
頭に来るのはちっとも変わっとらんぞ。させだぜ。うまい店なんて一つもなかったし、アトラクションは全部 1K だろ。見た目は派手だったけど、ああいうのを見かけ倒しって言うんだぜ。あの花火は綺麗だったけど。
The English dub was cringe, and this game's cringe. I don't know which one's worse. Okay, I want to say thank you all for joining me for the Sonic Colors Ultimate playthrough. I don't know what to think about this playthrough. All I know is that I did this game alone because it was too political, so I did it by myself so as to not piss off any of my co-hosts. But at the same time, I found it rather difficult to talk over this game because of how little of a freaking story it had. Okay, the story is basic, sure, but it's not gripping. You can tell a basic story and have it be gripping. This does not have it at all. I think this is one of the weakest Sonic games, especially the 3D era. I'll play it over Secret Rings, but that's about it. No, I'll play this before I play Lost World. I think Lost World might actually be the weakest of the main series 3D era. I'm not going to talk about Boom. I don't ever want to play Boom in my life again. That game was shit. This really was when Sonic started going to shit for a while, and then it comes back in Frontiers and is fixed again. But damn, there was a time where I asked myself, am I too old for this series? And this was the game that did it for me. I want to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my ramblings, per se. It was kind of lonely being by myself, but at the same time, it was a bit refreshing. Have a wonderful day. Take care.